Hello students. In today's module, we will learn about eating guidelines for diabetes. Why do we have to change eating habits? It is to prevent complication of diabetes, and by keeping control of blood glucose, cholesterol and blood pressure, this is possible. To improve your health by making healthy food choices and being physically active. Carbohydrates include foods containing carbohydrate from whole grains, fruits, vegetables and low fat milk in your diet. The amount of carbohydrate at a meal affects your blood glucose more than the type. So sugar and starch have similar effects on blood glucose, and so we have to limit it. Consistency in carbohydrate intake is important from day to day. For people not taking diabetes medication, for people taking a fixed dose of insulin, insulin should be adjusted based on amount of carbohydrate at meals. So everything varies, doses varies at meal times. Several things affect how much your blood glucose increases after you eat. That is the amount of carbohydrate, type of sugar or starch, cooking and food processing, food form, other foods in the meal that slows digestion. Limited amount of sugar or foods containing sugar can be used without affecting blood glucose when substituted for other carbohydrates at the meal. Large amounts of sugar containing foods are not recommended. So substituting sweets, we can see that usual diet, if 45 grams of carbohydrate is there, in that we can take 1 slice bread, 1/3 cup rice, 1/2 cup fruit, 3 ounces chicken, vegetable salad. Substitute ice cream for 15 grams of carbohydrate. So that could be 1/2 cup ice cream, 1/3 cup rice or 1/2 cup fruit, 3 ounces chicken and vegetable salad. To observe effect of new food on blood glucose, check blood glucose 2 hours after meal for several days. Substitute food containing sugar for other carbohydrate in meal. Check blood glucose 2 hours after meal and compare. Sweeteners, sugar alcohols, that is sorbitol, mannitol, xylitol, it is used as sweeteners and bulking agent. So they are safe to use, but they may cause diarrhea, especially in children. And fructose is not at all recommended as a sweetener. Low calorie sweeteners are safe for people with diabetes when consumed within recommended levels. Fiber. Fiber is encouraged for everyone, 20 to 35 grams per day. Good sources of fibers are whole grain cereals, fruits, vegetables, beans and peas. Only large amount, that is 50 grams per day, have shown improvement in blood glucose and cholesterol. Primarily soluble fiber are barley, oatmeal, beans, apples, broccoli. Side effect may make this difficult for many people, but it is like primary soluble fibers are always recommended. Protein has very little effect on blood glucose, so avoid large amounts of protein if any of the renal problems or kidney disease are there, and but if there are no kidney disease, you can have protein in the restricted pattern. Protein does not slow the absorption of carbohydrate. Adding protein to snacks does not help prevent hypoglycemia. Fruit or crackers are good snack foods. Safety of high protein, low carb weight loss diets are unknown. Do not promote long-term weight loss. This may increase LDL cholesterol. So primary goal, lower LDL cholesterol by eating less saturated fat and cholesterol, eating less trans fats. Foods that contain saturated fats are meat, dairy products, palm, coconut oil, baked goods made from these fats. Food that contain trans fats are the formed when a liquid oil is made more solid, found in many types of stick, margarine, fast food, baked goods like cookies, crackers, snacks food, pastries and croissants. So this has to be limited. Foods that contain cholesterol, all animal foods, organ meats like liver, egg yolks. Choose monosaturated fat in place of saturated, that is olive oil, canola oil, peanut oil, olives, avocados or nuts. Eat less total fat. Low fat diets can help with weight loss, improve cholesterol and other fats. Eat 2 to 3 servings fish per week. Contain a type of fat protective against heart disease. Fatty fish especially beneficial. A small amount of weight loss can improve insulin resistance, lower blood glucose, improve blood cholesterol, reduce blood pressure. Successful weight loss usually requires a structured weight loss program, education, reduced fat and calories, regular physical activity, frequent follow-up. Vitamins and minerals and diabetes. Vitamins and minerals from food is important. High doses of vitamin and mineral supplements can be toxic. People who may benefit from multivitamin supplement, person deficient in a vitamin or mineral, or elderly, pregnant or nursing mothers, strict vegetarians and persons on calorie restricted diet. No clear benefit from vitamin and mineral supplements except calcium for prevention of bone disease, folate for prevention of birth defects. Use of antioxidant is not advised. Vitamin C, E, selenium, beta carotene or long-term safety and effectiveness are unknown. If you choose to drink, limit to 1 drink per day for women, 2 drinks per day for men. It's related to alcohol. To reduce risk of hypoglycemia, consume alcohol with food. You can lower blood pressure by eating less salt, losing a modest amount of weight. Family members of people with diabetes too can prevent diabetes by weight loss if overweight using a structured weight loss program, regular physical activity. So the bottom line, your lifestyle affects your health. So for good health, eat healthy foods, daily physical activity. Look you again in the next module.